Hey boys and girls, this is Wildman Willis here. I'm doing a review of Clash of Champions 2020. Well, to me, basically, the only match I really cared about was the first match for the IC title. Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles in a triple threat ladder match. And all three of those guys pulled out all the stops. And I love the ending, the way Sami Zayn used his brain and brought out some handcuffs to handcuff Jeff Hardy's ear to the ladder and trick AJ Styles into getting himself locked on the ladder as well. That was a smart move. They had the heel cheat to win the match, but it wasn't really cheating because there's no disqualification. So, to me, that was the match of the night. You had Oscar defeat Selena Vega. That was only like a 7-minute match. Everybody knew Oscar was going to win the match. But they let Selena get some offense in, and she held her own against Oscar. So, that was smart on them. Everybody knew that Bobby Lashley was going to beat Apollo Crews. So, nothing was exciting about that. We had to sit through the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza again for about the 6th or 7th time. And the referee messed up on the count at the end. So, that was a waste of time. So, we don't know what happened with Nikki Cross. They never really say what really happened to her. But she was supposed to fight Bayley. But Oscar came down there. That match was only about 3 minutes because Bayley cheated. She got the chair because Oscar was whipping her up so bad. All this was just a stopgap so they can have Sasha Banks come out there and take a little bit of revenge. Then you had the ambulance match for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Now, here's the thing that I hated about this. Drew beat Brock in about 3 minutes, all by himself. Drew had Shawn Michaels, Christian, and Big Show help him beat Randy Orton through this match. I don't understand the logic in that, even though it was a storyline where Randy had kicked all of them in the head, but still, Drew is bigger and stronger than Randy Orton. He shouldn't have had nobody to help him in that match. He could beat Randy on his own, but the main reason why they did that for real, which a lot of people don't want to admit, they did not want Drew to look stronger than Roman at the end of the match. Basically, this show was basically to make Roman look like a super heel. That's why they had Randy get beat up by so many people before Drew got a hold of him. Because they wanted to make Roman look strongest out of the whole show. That was their logic. But here's the thing. An hour before Roman's and Jey Usos' match, they had a charity commercial with Roman Reigns doing the voiceover. So, why would they do that when you try and get Roman to be a heel, but you got him doing charity commercials an hour before his match when he beats the hell out of Jey at the end of the match? It totally takes me out of the trash talking and everything else of Roman being a badass by having them have him doing a charity commercial for a car commercial on the same pay-per-view where you try and get him over as this mean and dastardly heel. Makes no sense whatsoever. So, the main event, of course, was Jay versus Roman. And basically, Roman was talking trash. And Jay was trying to give him a little bit of a fight. But Roman just beat him up. He beat him up so bad that his brother had to run down there and throw in the towel a la Rocky IV with Apollo and all them. So that was the end of that. Roman actually did a new move. And the bad thing about it was, I think either Cole or Corey Graves called it out. So it made it even more obvious that he did a new move. So, all in all, they booked themselves in the corner. If you want to make Roman look like a badass, don't have a commercial of him asking for you to donate to sick children an hour before you have him looking like a badass. It totally took me out of the moment when he was beating up on Jay, because it just made me think that after the match, they all hugging and congratulating each other at the end of the match on how good they pulled everything off. And it basically took me out of the whole beating that he did. So, next time, WWE, if you gonna have Roman look like a badass, don't show no charity commercials an hour before his match. It just totally took me out of the whole thing. That was just so dumb. All in all, most of the matches is something that you could have saw on another episode of Raw or SmackDown. So, all in all, it's really nothing to watch on this pay-per-view other than the IC match. Other than that, that's about it. This is Wildman Willis signing off. See you next time.